Hello everyone, this is Professor Govind. Let us start today with Module 4 of our syllabus, which is Visual Basic.NET, also called as VB.NET, one of the important module from exam point of view. In this video, we'll talk about basics of VB.NET. We'll understand what VB.NET is, what exactly this frame called as VB.NET contains, and what all we can develop or design using VB.NET. We'll understand in this video. Visual Basic.NET is a computer programming language which is based on a paradigm called Object-Oriented Programming Language. Object-Oriented Programming Language is a paradigm where the entire programming is based on classes and objects. Mainly on classes, then on objects and methods. Classes are the way of binding your data together, binding your data and the functions or the methods together. VB.NET is based on this particular paradigm called object-oriented. It supports, which means it supports the features of object-oriented programming like encapsulation, data encapsulation, polymorphism, abstraction, inheritance, etc. There are various features of object-oriented programming paradigm. C language, something that we learned in our previous semester, C language was procedure-oriented high-level programming language, and the other category of high-level language is object-oriented. And VB.NET is an example of object-oriented language, and polymorphism, abstraction, inheritance, etc. are the features of it. The language was designed in such a way, the VB.NET was designed in such a way that it is very easy to understand for both beginners and advanced programmers. Since VB.NET relies or depends on something called .NET Framework. .NET Framework is a foundation, is a platform on which VB.NET works. So VB.NET relies on .NET Framework. Programs written in the language run with much reliability and scalability. With VB.NET, we can create applications that are fully object-oriented, similar to the ones which are written in the languages like C++, Java or C#. Let us talk about the platform on which VB.NET relies on or depends on. VB.NET is completely dependent on a platform called .NET Framework. VB.NET is designed rather using the framework called .NET Framework. So let us understand first what .NET Framework is, and then in detail we'll talk about VB.NET programming language or programming tools. So let's talk about .NET Framework. .NET Framework was designed. The design initially started in the year 2000. .NET Framework is a software development platform developed by Microsoft for designing and running Windows applications or Windows softwares. The .NET Framework consists of developer tools, programming languages, and libraries to build desktop as well as web applications. It is also used to build websites, web services, and games as well. So .NET Framework is a combination of or is a platform where all the tools which are required for program or software development are available. .NET Framework combines all the tools as well as multiple programming languages on one platform so that programmers can design programs or softwares easily. It is a platform over which web-based applications can be distributed to a variety of devices. It offers a new programming model that allows programs created in different programming languages to communicate with each other. As I said earlier, .NET Framework provides a feature of having multiple programming languages on one platform. It combines all the tools required and multiple programming languages on one platform. Let us see what exactly framework is. The .NET Framework contains following objects or following entities. It contains something called class libraries. It contains common language specification. It contains multiple language support. And at last it contains CLR, that is common language runtime. Let us have a look at overview of .NET Framework. .NET Framework is divided or is a tree. .NET Framework is a tree which contains following factors or entities. .NET Framework contains something called CLR and class library and CLR at the first level. We then have common language infrastructure, we have garbage collector, and we have just-in-time compiler, and at the end we have is common language specification and common type system. We'll discuss about all these entities in detail. This is the common overview. This is how the .NET Framework looks, or this is how .NET Framework is designed. .NET Framework contains these entities. .NET Framework is a combination of all these entities which are available on your screen. So let's understand one by one these entities. What exactly class libraries are? Class libraries are the shared library concept for .NET. They enable you to convert useful functionality into modules that can be used by multiple applications. .NET class library has various classes, data types, interfaces, etc. to perform multiple functions or activities and build different types of applications such as desktop applications, web applications, mobile applications, etc. So class libraries are the ready-made class libraries which programmer can include in his or her programs or in application development. They contain various classes, various data types, various interfaces. These are the entities which are generally used in software development, data types or interfaces, etc. Class libraries are used to perform various functions which again are generally used in or commonly used in software development. The next one, class libraries, in other words, are reusable codes which as a programmer we can include in our code in our software development. These are commonly available libraries which programmer or designer can include in any program or in any language program which is available under .NET Framework. The next one we have is common language specification. Common language specification is a set of basic language features that .NET languages needed to develop application and services which are compatible with .NET Framework. It is a feature, CLS, Common Language Specification, is a feature that a programmer can write their code in any language that can be compiled. It also means that they need to be able to interact with code written in other languages. .NET supports common language specification, which means programs written in different languages. Because .NET supports many languages, CLS means programs written in different languages can interact with each other, can share data with each other, can share functionality or components with each other. Different languages like C, C#, C++, VB, etc. can share data under one platform of .NET Framework using Common Language Specification feature. Common Language Specification ensures complete interoperability amongst applications regardless of the language that they are created with. Common Language Specification defines a subset of common type system. If you look at this chart, common type system is available here. Common type system and CLS, Common Language Specification, are interlinked. CLS defines a subset of common type system. Common type system describes a set of types that can use different .NET languages have in common, which ensures that objects written in different languages can interact with each other. So CLS in combination with CTS make sure that programs written in any language can share data, can share information with programs written in other languages as well, which are supported by .NET Framework. CLS and CTS make sure that programs or different software tools can interact with each other. The next one in .NET Framework we have is multiple language support. An application is said to be multilingual if it can be deployed in many different languages. An application supports multiple language if it can be used or it can be deployed in many different languages. If many programming languages are available under the same roof, then such an application, such a platform can be called as multiple language. Application which supports multiple language. With .NET, all of the programming languages including Visual Basic, .NET, C#, J# are supported. .NET Framework supports more than 60 programming languages. Now this is what the main feature of .NET Framework is. It supports over 60 programming languages, out of which 11 programming languages are designed and developed by Microsoft. And other programming languages are non-Microsoft languages which are supported by .NET Framework. So multiple language support is a feature of an application to support multiple programming languages and to provide them a space under the same roof to execute their own programs. And .NET Framework supports more than 60 programming languages. And the last feature, which is one of the common feature but the important feature of .NET Framework, is Common Language Runtime. .NET Framework supports multiple languages because it has a feature called Common Language Runtime. CLR is the key to .NET Framework. The code running under control of CLR is often termed as managed code. So CLR is responsible for compiling different programming language codes. The main task of CLR is to convert compiled code into native code or machine code. Basically, it is responsible for managing the execution of .NET programs regardless of any .NET programming language. It also helps in management of the code. So CLR is the feature which is the most important feature which is responsible for compilation of any code written in any programming language supported by .NET Framework and is also responsible for managing code. .NET Framework has one or more compilers. We all know what compilers are. .NET Framework supports more compilers, multiple compilers, for example VB.NET compiler, C#, C++, JScript, etc. There are multiple languages available under .NET Framework and each and every language has got its own compiler or interpreter. Any of these compilers or interpreters will convert our source code into Microsoft Intermediate Language. Now understand this flow. This is how the .NET Framework converts your code into machine code. First, your code will be converted into MSIL, which is known as Microsoft Intermediate Language, and then CLR converts MSIL into machine code. Source code first will be converted into MSIL, Microsoft Intermediate Language, and then MSIL will be converted into machine code. And all this will be handled by Common Language Runtime. So this is what the .NET Framework is. First we have is class libraries. Let us revise it in brief. .NET Framework is made up of these main factors. If VB.NET is famous on this date, it is only and only because we have a platform called .NET Framework with VB.NET, and .NET Framework contains these main factors, these main entities. It has something called class libraries to manage execution of multiple programs. It has common language specification. It has multiple language supports. It supports more than 60 languages. All languages, all compilers are available under one roof. And then it has its common language runtime, which manages compilation of different codes, different programming language codes. And common language specification, the second one, is the ability of .NET Framework to interact with multiple programming languages, is the ability to interoperate multiple programming languages on or under a same roof on a same platform. So this is about .NET Frameworks. This is what is the eagle eye or the overview of .NET Framework. So this is about the platform called .NET Framework. In our next video, we'll discuss about more of this. We'll discuss about what VB.NET exactly is. In this video, we have discussed about the main reason why we have VB.NET, the framework called .NET Framework. And in next video, we'll specifically discuss about what VB is and what are the features of VB.NET. Thank you everyone.